Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Appy and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
This is your daily Blood Health 365 moment.
I don't want to laugh.
Heard the phrase, research shows that it is important to include fruits, vegetables, grains, and protein in your diet every day. To keep your sugar level in check, avoid food and drinks with high amounts of sugar. Ensuring your body is receiving proper nutrients will help to keep you healthy. This has been your Black Health 365 update. Join the fight for a healthier you and a healthier
30 seconds.
You know what a booster shot can be like? Charging a cell phone. Just like a cell phone charger helps restore your battery, a booster is given after
Not overly
primary
cheesy.
series
We're gonna have fun.
vaccinations
It's all
to
right.
restore protection against COVID-19, which wanes over time. Boosters are recommended for people 5 years and older. Schedule a booster appointment as soon as eligible. You can even make the appointment on your phone, as long as it's charged. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
And we're back here at the MetroTech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. We are here at the Chickasaw Ballpark in Bricktown. Listen, come hang out with us. Our platinum partners are Perry Broadcasting, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods. Our gold partners are Impressions Printing and Big O's Barbecue. I was going to say Pork and Dreams, but you already know. Hey, listen, we are excited about our show today. We got giggling little ladies here from the Northwest Classen volleyball team. We have with us Jordan Hardesty, Elizabeth Camargo, and Jayda Leake, which I knew that last name. I knew her family. And then they are coached by Toree Flowers, who will join us in the second segment. And we are excited to have these young ladies on with us tonight. So let's start at the end. Tell us your name and then tell us the position you play on the volleyball team.
Okay, so I'm Jordan Hardesty. I play outside on Northwest Classen's volleyball team.
All right.
My name is Elizabeth Camargo. I am the libero for Northwest Classen volleyball team.
I'm Jayda Leake, and I am Jordan's opposite, so I also play outside.
Outside hitter. So I'm a little familiar with volleyball because I interviewed some volleyball girls last week. So I got like a whole week of training in me already. So you can laugh now. It was funny. It was a joke. All right. So tell me a little bit. How did you get to play volleyball? Like where did it start? When did it start for you playing volleyball? And we'll go from this end to that end. We'll start with you, Jayda.
Okay, so it all started in 7th grade, and I was doing this softball camp with my dad, and I went to play softball, and my mom was like, no, there's volleyball trials today, you're doing that. It's like, I don't want to do volleyball, I want to go to softball. She was like, no, you're going to volleyball. So I went, and I ended up making the JV team, and I just started taking it seriously from there.
A mean mom, huh? You were destined to be in the Women's World Series.
I think she just knew something that I didn't.
That you're going to do. She says, how about you, Elizabeth?
I started volleyball in 6th grade at Independence Charter Middle School. I didn't really want to play volleyball. It was more of my sister was like, I think you'd really enjoy doing this. And I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. And me and Jayda have actually played together since 7th grade.
So for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So let me say this because you play libero, right? This position is somewhat, and I'm not saying that they're all not difficult, but you got to touch the ball like an awful lot as libero. So how do you feel, and how has that been kind of learning that position?
It's been kind of hard, actually. You go from, it's kind of like a build-up, you know, especially when you get to like bigger girls and like, you know, the strength that they have.
Sure.
It's more of like you also have to time, you have to learn how to time it, you have to learn how to dive. There's so much that goes into the position, and it's a lot to take in.
Absolutely. Jordan, how did you start playing?
Okay, so in elementary, they offered a volleyball, like for us to go play volleyball, and I think it was either 3rd or 4th grade. And I was just like, I'm not doing anything, so I'm going to just go play. And I went to go play, and I liked it, and I continued to play through middle school, and I got better and better.
Gotcha. So now what year are you guys, ladies?
I am in the 12th grade.
12? All right.
I'm a senior.
I'm in 10th grade.
All right. So you are the youngster on the panel tonight. How has it been playing with these two young ladies? I'm assuming for the last 2 years, this being the 2nd year you've played with them. How has it been being a newcomer on this Northwest Classen volleyball team?
It's been very welcoming. They're like really nice. They've never been mean to me.
You saying that because they're sitting here?
No, they're
I'm just
actually
kidding.
been so nice.
Well, ladies, how you've been now in this program for 4 years, I'm assuming. So tell me what that's been like for you, and then tell me like how have you grown? How have you become a better volleyball player in these last 4 years?
Do you want to go?
You go first.
Okay. I think I grew because when I was in 9th grade, I wasn't that good. I was on JV, but I feel like my coach, she really believed in me, and she really pushed me to be better than what I was.
Sure.
And now I'm on varsity. I'm a starter.
Going into high school, I was really scared, especially when, you know, at first it was like a tryout, but like I didn't see the other players. And then when it became like time to like play and I seen all these girls, I was very intimidated. I was like, oh, I'm definitely not that size. But, you know, I think Coach Torrey seen something that I didn't, because I was on varsity my first year, and I was honored, and I was ready to grow as a player.
Absolutely. So tell me what your record is, and then you were first, right? I hope I didn't skip you that time.
Yeah, I was first.
All right. So tell me what your record is, and then each of you tell me what your finest moment has been thus far, knowing that you still have the rest of this year, seniors, and you have a few more years to come. But tell me your record, and then tell me your best moment this far in the season.
Our record is 8-3.
Which was debatable with you earlier.
Yes.
But we got it right.
Yeah. But I think our finest moment,
Or your personal finest moment.
I still think it was us winning the Hennessy tournament.
Okay, so how was that? How was that Hennessy tournament? How many games did you play in that tournament? And then who did you beat for the championship, if you remember?
I think it was three teams.
As you look at Coach Torrey.
It was Douglas, Harding, Fine Arts, and Hennessy.
Oh, absolutely.
And we beat all of them.
Gotcha. That's pretty exciting. Obviously, those teams are, obviously like everyone else, growing and doing their very best. And so to win any tournament is an absolutely tremendous accomplishment. Tell me a little bit, what do you feel your finest moment has been?
I would say Hennessy as well.
Sure.
We hadn't won the years that I had been there, and so it was really nice to like finally win a tournament, especially with the team, and to be able to bond with them also while we were there was really nice. The day before the tournament, I think it also like put us together as a team.
Jordan?
I think also the Hennessy tournament, it was really fun. It was great. Like, I love the energy from the girls. I've never, my first year, it wasn't really like that. We didn't really win tournaments. And then, this year we won a tournament. And it really made me proud of everybody.
So you guys got to get a hotel and do that whole thing. Tell me about that experience. As a former athlete, there's always these moments that you certainly hope the coach doesn't hear, right? There's just things that happen among players as you ride on the bus or in the hotel room. But just kind of talk about that, because I think for those who are listening and watching, and you guys have mentioned it, that camaraderie, that building and getting to know one another does, I think in a real sense, help solidify what you become out there on that court. So tell me about that experience. And was it your first experience on a road trip like that, staying in a hotel with your team? Start with you.
I think it's always so fun to leave school and go to the hotel and stuff like that. We went to 5 and below, and I think you got like the big soccer ball.
The big soccer ball.
And we were just playing around with it, like everyone as a whole, and it was just so fun. And I really think that did help us like grow as a team, because it was everyone. No one was left out.
Sure.
Yeah, no one was like in their room, doing their own thing. We played Bean Boozle. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Have not. I'm almost 50. I don't know.
It's like you eat these jelly beans, and you get like a good one or a bad one.
They were like,
what is it called again?
Bean Boozle.
Bean Boozle.
They're nasty.
But
yeah,
clearly.
But yeah, we all like went around, and it was funny because, especially when the girls would get a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we really took advantage of the time,
Sure.
and we hung out the whole time.
No
together.
one got sick from being boozled, did
No,
they?
thank
No.
God.
I thought that being in the hotel was amazing. We got to know each other more, and like I feel like everybody is more connected than we were last year.
Mhm.
Like we all sort of trust each other more, and I don't know, it was just really fun.
Sure.
They're really great people.
Gotcha. I'm really excited that you guys won and that you got a tremendous experience just being together in that hotel, etc. Let me ask you this question: how is your coach? Like, is she hard? Is she flexible? As she stares at us, right? So you can say it now. She can't say anything negative, right? Because no one can hear her. But just tell me what that's like, right? You've been with her now for 4 years. You've been with her for 2. Just tell me, how has that been, and what kind of coach has she been for you all?
I think she's a good coach for me individually.
Sure.
But it's just tough love.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I really love her. Like, she's a really good coach.
Sure.
Definitely. I personally like the person that she is. That she pushes us. She's not soft.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to get stuff done, and we're gonna learn from our mistakes. And I personally like that because I think it pushes us to do better. So.
Sure. Jordan?
I think she's an amazing person. I'm glad that she's my coach. She's really pushed me to learn more things. I think I've gotten better from being on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Well, tell me this. I see coaches throwing up signs, right? I don't want to call them bad signs, but they're always standing over there, and they got their fingers, and they're doing all of this. What does this stuff really mean? And they tell you 3. And let me tell you a thing that I've learned about this volleyball. You guys can be mean sometimes, and I'm going to tell you how. My daughter plays and on a peak team, I think, coach, and they'll find somebody over there who's not returning very well, and they will just serve it to them time and time and time. I'm over there feeling like, stop serving it to that girl. But that's just a part of it. So tell me what these signs mean with these positions.
It's
And
just
if your
like
coach
you
finds
said.
that weak spot over there, she's just going to exploit it.
She's definitely going to tell us to serve it to her.
Sure.
We can't be nice. Can't be nice to win.
Definitely can't be nice. You want to win. Everybody wants to win. Nobody's going to go easy on you.
Sure.
So, we have areas. So when she puts those fingers up, that means that's the weak one.
Yes. I think I never really saw it until I started watching my daughter. Like, they are really picking out the person who can't handle this serve very well. So let me ask you this question. In terms of serving, are we jump serving with 1, 2, 3 steps, or what kind of serves are we learning in terms of volleyball these days?
I jump serve.
You jump serve. How is that? I've watched that a few times.
I like it. I think it's pretty good.
And I may ask Coach this technical question a little later on. What becomes the difference between the jump serve, if you will, and then just kind of throwing it up and just serving it? Does it generate more power, or just that whole deal? But you like the jump serve.
Mm-hmm. For me, I feel like my jump serve is rougher than when I stand on my feet.
Gotcha.
I personally don't jump serve. I've tried. It goes over, but it's really weak. So I'd rather just stand and hit it.
Sure.
I've found that I can be a little too powerful sometimes and it goes out. So work on that. But we're also learning how to spot serve.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that area thing.
Sure.
It'd be nice, for everybody to be able to do it. So that's something that we all want to learn as a team.
I jump serve.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to do the standing and serving anymore.
Sure.
After I learned the jump serving. I think it's better.
Sure. Well, listen, I think, all of these things, what does a day in practice look like? Not just the practicing of the volleyball, but what does conditioning look like? You know, how much of that are you guys doing, and tell me what that looks like.
I think it's about how much that I feel like we mess up. If there's a drop ball, we are getting on that line. No hesitation, we're running.
Just line.
Yeah. But I feel like it makes us better because we have to run a lot around on the court.
Sure.
Yeah, we usually warm up with like 2 laps. And then, you know, as a team, if we're doing something wrong, you know, we're late to class, we don't bring our shirts or something back, it's on that line.
You guys, none of you are that person who doesn't bring back
of
this
course.
stuff. Yeah, this is the
We
best
know
part.
better. But yeah, so we will get on that line, and I think it does tell us like you need to get your stuff together.
Sure.
But it's nice. It's good conditioning, I think.
Jordan?
Yeah, I think it's great discipline for us to run.
Gotcha. One last question. We're going to take a break here in about 44 seconds. What is the one transferable skill that you've learned thus far from the court to life, right? So what has it taught you? What is that one thing that you can say that it has taught you?
Time management.
Time management.
Definitely patience.
Patience.
I would say patience too.
I'm going to bring my daughter to practice because she needs some of these things. Hey, listen, we want to say thank you. We are taking a break, but you are here with us at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports 105.3. We're at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Come see us.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him a big NyQuil high blood pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. It's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil high blood pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and detox-free.
Fever, sore throat, cold and flu for people with high blood
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
What's in your wallet?
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Here off I-240 in South OKC.
Hey y'all, it's Unique Jones Gibson, proud HBCU graduate of the Bowie State University.
Car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Because when we invest in ourselves, we all shine. Find out how you can buy black when you shop Target.com/Black Beyond Measure to learn more. Together, we are Black Beyond Measure.
Attention, if you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out notices. The rest of the garnishing nation seizing destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They are able to push the Fresh Start initiative, one of the biggest grants that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you can save thousands. Optimus Resolve will $1 billion in tax debt. 15 seconds, going hot.
800-951-7944. Optima Tax Relief.
Yo, and we're back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. We're here broadcasting live from the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, and we are excited to be here. Our platinum partners are Perry Broadcasting, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods. Our gold partners, Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. We have the Northwest Classen Hennessy champion volleyball team. We have the players here, Elizabeth Camargo and Jayda, Leake, and Jordan Hardesty. But we are now joined by Coach Toree Flowers. Hey, Coach, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You let these girls do all the heavy lifting, and you're going to come in and do the light work, right?
Yep. That's the plan.
Absolutely. So tell us, Coach, how did you get involved in coaching volleyball, and then what brought you to Northwest Classen?
So my husband has always been a part of coaching. He started out in Oklahoma City at Piedmont High School, and I guess they were looking for a coach too, and he ended up talking to the volleyball coach, and she was basically saying, you know, she was looking for an assistant, and then my husband was telling her, like, oh, my wife, you know, played volleyball in college, high school, all that other stuff, and then so kind of met there, started talking, and she was like, well, I would love for you to become a part of the team and stuff like that. So I did start at Piedmont High School.
Gotcha.
And then he transferred over to Northwest Classen with Coach Jack, started coaching boys basketball there, and same thing, like there was a head coaching job there for volleyball, obviously, and he was like, I think you should do it. So I was like, okay, cool. So interviewed there and kind of got started there.
Absolutely. Listen, that's pretty cool stuff, and I've seen you over the last couple of years at Northwest Class, and I've been in those stands a few times. So tell me, where did you play collegiate volleyball, and then how did you start it? Who was it that inspired you? Who was it that inspired you to get involved in volleyball?
So I did play college volleyball at Bacone College down in Muskogee, and that's how I came to Oklahoma. But I started my 9th grade year as a freshman. My dad passed away when I was really young, and I, like Jayda, I loved softball. But after he passed away, it was kind of like, I don't love it anymore.
Sure.
So my cousin, who was like basically my best friend, she played volleyball. So she was like, come on, try out. So once I tried out in high school, it just started from there. So.
Gotcha. So as you have become a serious volleyball coach, who is it that you have found inspiration from in terms of, are there other volleyball coaches out there that you are looking at, you're trying to get information from? You know, who is it that you're consulting as you cultivate these young ladies?
Ooh, honestly, it's not a lot of volleyball coaches. But like my husband's friends are all basketball coaches as well, so it's kind of like cool to be surrounded by all of them. And just like I said, my best friend, who is also my cousin, she coached them as well.
Gotcha.
For the last 3 years. So you know, her and I kind of talk about volleyball a lot. Collegiate volleyball, shoot, I mean, Pac-12, Big Ten, all that. Like just seeing on TV, you can just kind of take things from the things that you see that they do. What's called coaches clinics.
Yes.
You know, I went to Wichita State. He had some good things too. So kind of learning, you know, from a lot of different college coaches.
Absolutely. So tell me, what does practice look like? I tried to get the ladies to kind of give me the 411 about what this looks like, but describe for those who are novice, right, neophytes when it comes to this. Tell me, what does practice look like? Not necessarily just the running part, but there's a lot more to it: the hitting, the blocking, so you know, all of that stuff.
So first and foremost, like I always tell the girls, there is nothing you can do without a pass. Okay, so serve receive is demanded every single practice. Like I said, without a pass, we can't do anything. But also serving, we serve first, serve receive after that, and then it kind of depends on who we're playing, how I scouted, what we're gonna do is kind of like that. But also warming up, hitting. Defense thing, I don't know, just kind of everything in the beginning, but it just also depends on who we're playing that next day or within the week.
So when you talk about serving, receiving, you know, you talk about passing, you talk about, you know, I don't know how you hold your hands, but I hear my wife telling my daughter, hey, keep your arms straight, you know, just that whole deal. You know, those are very technical things, and I think when people think of volleyball, they think of just playing in the high school gym, right, or with their friends, but it's really a lot that goes into it. I'm a father of 3 children, and for the first time, I have a daughter who's 11 who my wife does not mind if she bumps the ball on our ceiling and walls all day long, but none of the boys could do it. But she's playing volleyball. She gets to just hit in the house all day long, right? How important are just having those touches for these young ladies on that team?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, if you can get the time to do anything and practice it at home, I'd suggest that.
Gotcha. So, Coach, tell me
But remember, your wife is always right.
Yes. I've heard that before. So what has been, your record is 8-3 now. You've won a Hennessy tournament. Tell me who's next up and just kind of the potential and the growth of this volleyball team.
So next up, we have Classen SAS, who I kind of say has been our rivalry for the past few years. We beat them last year, but this year they kind of got more players that came in and kind of challenged us. So,
sure.
Yep, we got them next.
You got them next, Coach. What would you say? What would you say to encourage other young ladies who are maybe on the periphery, not deciding to get involved in volleyball? What would you say to them to encourage them to come out for volleyball? What is that thing that you think it offers for those young ladies who are maybe missing out on an opportunity?
Well, just like they said, I feel like it's a family, sisters that you never thought you could, meet in your life. Jayda and I were talking, and, she's like, if you were my sister, it'd be so fun. And it's just like me trying to, give you life lessons and things like that. So it's not all about volleyball. At the end of the day, it's, you as a civilian, learning things on and off the court. Gotcha. So if you're not doing anything, get off the couch and come play.
What is it? What is your teaching, coaching philosophy as these young ladies are representing Northwest Classen athletics as they walk around the school? What is that thing that you try to tell them that they represent or that they have to be responsible for, or here are some expectations for you guys as you move around this school?
First and foremost, you represent your family.
Absolutely.
Your last name is who you represent. Northwest Classen has so many things to offer. I don't even know how many words I can say, but as you walk around, ladies, I just want y'all to know that Oklahoma City is not, there's no limit to this life. Be the best that you can. Be great. And I'm going to tell my kids that too.
What is your philosophy, or what are you telling these young ladies as they potentially got 2 seniors here? Maybe they want to go to college and play volleyball. Kind of what's your conversation with them about those opportunities that exist beyond high school?
Oh, I live your life. First, give yourself a chance to go to college.
Sure.
I think everybody needs to experience it before they knock it. So, yeah.
Yep. So do you have some coaches coming around, or, because recruiting is so differently now, now. Are you guys putting stuff on Huddle? I don't know what all these things are, but there's so many other things that they're doing. Instead of coaches aren't necessarily just coming here, but you have to put yourself out there to coaches these days.
Yes. So we are working on getting highlight tapes.
Yep.
Just like how you said, Huddle is a great outlet for these girls. And sending them, obviously, texting coaches, emailing coaches is what I'm doing to kind of work on that. So, yeah.
So I know
social media is a big thing.
Yeah,
too.
Social media is big time. Wave, everyone. So ladies, is there someone who's been instrumental in your lives that you would just want to say thank you to, right, for their inspiration, and Coach, I'll go to you last, but I'll start with them. Anybody, any administrators, whoever, who would you say, hey, thank you so much for kind of really making me out to be the best volleyball or the best young lady I could be? Start with you, Jayda.
This coach right here.
Anyone else besides Coach Torrey?
No.
Okay, all right. As your dad sits over there.
Wow. Definitely Coach Toree, of course, and her cousin, of course, Coach Jayda, that we had for 3 years. Amazing coach. I do miss her. And definitely my parents that push me every day.
Gotcha.
I would say my club coach, Coach Shauna, she really pushes me really hard and keeps me in the game and stuff, working out. And Coach Toree.
Yeah. Coach Torrey, anybody you want to say thank you to?
My husband and my children, and of course God.
Hey, thank you so much. We're getting ready to take a break on the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports 105.3. We're at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. We'll see you on the other side.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
You guys here?
Yeah.
Say something. Testing, testing.
Testing, testing.
Testing.
Coach?
Go Lamb.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it. I was turning something off. I was trying to turn my phone off.
Hey, do you supposed to hear somebody like in a mic?
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Is back and it's bigger and better. 2 straight days, Friday, September 9th and Saturday, September 10th. Starting Friday, September 9th at 8 a.m., it's the 5th annual golf tournament at Lake Hefner Golf Course, 4491 South Lake Hefner Drive. Get your brand in front of thousands with one of our donation packages, which include the individual hole, qualifier, runner-up, and the champion package. To sign up or donate to the golf tournament, go to millwoodathletes.com and look up the links on the bottom left-hand side. Same day at 5:30 p.m. Let the soul begin on the Mighty Falcons LW Good Stadium football field. It's the Soul Bowl Band Showcase with performances by the Millwood and Douglas bands. Also, a special guest performance by the Langston University Lions Band. Then, on
And we are back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. We're here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. We are excited to be here. We are our platinum partners, our Perry Broadcasting, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Gold Partners, our Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. We have the Northwest Classen High School girls high school volleyball team, and so now we are joined by the Southeast High School football team. The two student athletes, Adriel Campos and Tay Bulock, joined with their head coach, Matt Lane. Glad to have you on tonight. You guys doing good?
Yes, sir.
Smile for me, big man.
Got you.
I don't want you to tackle me, man. So, Coach, tell me, man, you guys introduce yourselves. Tell me how long you've been at Southeast, and we'll just go down the line really quickly, and we'll just go rapid fire here.
Yeah, so this is my first year at Southeast. I'm
Gotcha.
excited. I got hired back right before spring break as a head coach, and so I'm excited. I was coming I can't talk, from Putnam City, and that's kind of where I'm at now. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Tay. That's what they call you, Tay.
Yes, sir. I've been at Southeast since my sophomore year. My freshman year, I spent at Putnam City.
Gotcha.
So I've been here for quite a while.
I gotcha.
I've been at Southeast all 4 years now. My fourth year there.
So you're a senior.
Yes, sir.
You're the old man in the bunch.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Coach, tell me what it's been like, right? Maybe you said you got hired back. You guys, big ups to you. I think this trophy's here because you won all city. You beat my alma mater, John Marshall High School. Just tell me, what is that? How did that feel? Right? I saw Southeast play a little bit last year. You guys seem to be making some progress. So tell me what that's like for you.
It's been awesome. That was a great feeling to win the ACAC. I don't know if Southeast has ever won it before. I know our kids were jacked. They're excited. You know, it was important to them. But, you know, John Marshall was great talent.
Sure.
You know, a lot of good stuff. And to beat a good team like that, you know, that sets the tone for the season.
Absolutely. Tay, tell me what position you play, and then tell me what your impressions were about how you guys played in the ACAC championship.
I play safety, receiver, and quarterback as well.
Gotcha.
But I was excited for my guys to win a ACA championship. Although I ain't play that game, but I was still hyped for them.
Sure. You guys got a lot of relatives and cousins on this team. I remember there's some that I interviewed last year, and maybe the quarterback and all of that. So you kind of got a family connections going on out there at the Southeast football team. Tell me how you feel about that experience and what position you play.
I play guard on the offensive line and also play tackle on the offensive line. And then I play linebacker on defense.
Okay.
And honestly, it means a lot to me because I've been there for 4 years now, and we have not gotten – well, we've gotten close, but we've never won it, and this is the first year that we won it. And obviously it was my last opportunity, and I'm really grateful that we got it. And it's one of my great accomplishments in high school.
Sure. Coach, that means a lot, right? Guys need to see that, hey, we're making some progress. We – accomplishing some things that we didn't have. So tell me what your philosophy is building around some of these things that these guys have just spoken about.
My philosophy is, we have a couple of sayings and stuff. We talk about SC and SEC. So SC, obviously, think of Southeast, right?
Sure.
So we play on those words, and we say success every day. And that's how we try to accomplish things. Are we being successful every day? Not just on the field, but off the field. Are we doing that? And then we say the SEC is for us being Southeast champions.
Sure.
And we're trying to be champions. How you conduct yourself as a champion is how you're going to play on the field and how you carry yourself as a person. And we're trying to set that motto. And we've accomplished a few things. We won the West Welker 7-on-7 back in June. And we don't have that trophy here with us, but and then we've already won this. And so I think what we're trying to build there is that, hey, we can be champions. We can be that next team. We got to show it and be there every single day for it, and it's starting to come true.
Yeah. So we'll start with you, Tay, and then with you. What is your everyday approach, right? Coach is saying we got to be successful every day, but when you get ready to get out there on that field at practice, not even speaking of a game yet. So what is your day-to-day approach personally about how you go out there and attack those things at practice that day?
I try to approach as a leader. Trying to be a leader for this team, put all my problems past me, think about my teammates before myself, and, just get everybody going for the day.
Like Tay said, just be a leader. Try and set an example for being a senior for the underclassmen, and then just trying to be better every day. Honestly, learning from my mistakes and just growing on them.
Sure. So, Coach, tell me what kind of offense do you run, And then kind of tell me why. Why do you feel like that's a great offense, or even the defense, right? I don't want to leave the defensive guys out. You clearly know I was a defensive player since I talked about the offense. But tell me what those philosophies are and why you think they work best for your group of student athletes.
Well, I mean, I've always been a power spread, and so we like running the football, and we have the talent to run the football. But with the group of kids that we have this year, we really can do anything. We're a very balanced team. We can run it, we can throw it. We got a quarterback that can do both. We got the receivers that can go deep. We got all the kids that can run the ball in the backfield. It all starts with the offensive and defensive line for us. You know, that was the first thing we talked about as a team when I came in is, hey, we're going to build this offensive line. We got great athletes, but for us to be successful, we got to build it up front.
Sure.
And so we run power spread, but we got all the kids to do it. And we can throw it, we can run it. It just really depends on the game and the opponent, what we want to do. And defensively, we're an even front team. Obviously, like every defense nowadays, you got to be multiple because you're going to play teams like week 4 we play Piedmont, and they're going to be a flex bone, so it's their heavy run.
Sure. And
then a couple weeks later, play McGinnis, and they got that great quarterback, so we got to be able to adjust to that. So we're multiple 4-3, but it's about being aggressive and attacking.
Gotcha. So tell me, as a wide receiver, and I'll ask you the wide receiver question first. What is your favorite route as a wide receiver, right? That you like biting at the bit to say, Coach, I want to run this route.
I don't say the name of the play though.
Yeah, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Probably like either a post or a go ball.
Okay.
My favorite.
A go ball. That just means a 9 route. You're just going up the field, and then. As a defensive player, I played safety at John Marshall back in the day. What is that one thing you've done thus far as a safety that you'll never forget? Whether it's the big hit or whether it was the interception, tell me what moment that was for you.
When we was at OBU team camp, I caught 2 back-to-back picks.
Really?
Yeah, that day. That was amazing.
Cool beans. Now, you're a lineman. So you got to tell me on the offensive and defensive side, tell me what those moments were for you as an offensive lineman. You sitting in your chair getting in your pass set, or did you rip and throw somebody away? You got a big hammer. What is that? What is that go-to move for you?
Well, like at the OBU camp, it was my first time playing O-line, and I was playing guard, and I got my first pancake as an O-lineman. Just toss the dude over. Made me feel real big,
Absolutely. I tell you this, I had a chance to play with the San Francisco 49ers, and I kid you not, when I walked in 1997 at the first practice, and I see 2 dudes with their hand in the dirt, and their butts are sticking up, and they're about as big as this table. It was Brian Young and Dana Stubblefield, who I had played against Dana Stubblefield at the University of Kansas, right? And just to be down in those trenches with those guys, what's the mentality that you got to have to really exist and dominate with your hand in the dirt?
You got to be a dog. You got to want it more than the guy in front of you. That's just it. You just got to want it more.
And I think sometimes when we think about football and we think about athletes and players, people are like, well, that's too violent. That's too mean. No, like if the whistle blows, it means whatever's legal, you got to get busy. Coach, how do you share that kind of mentality with your football team?
We preach it every day. We practice it. Obviously, we're limited on contact and how much we can do a week, but we just preach it every day. I mean, we gave a scouting report today. On that scouting report, it says keys to success. The first thing is to be physical. So, one of the 4 things we had on there was be physical. For us to be on the level of the Carl Alberts and the McGinnis and Guthries of the world, that's who we play this year, we got to be physical up front.
So tell us, and I know every game is important, but who was that rivalry game that you guys got circled on the calendar already? Now I was at last year's Southeast Douglas game, and that's pretty exciting at times. And so, but what is that one game? Now I know they're all important, but who's Southeast rival? I would imagine.
I think the biggest rival historically is U.S. Grant.
Sure.
I mean, the huge game. We got Capitol Hill this week. That's a big rival too. But U.S. Grant's the biggest rival.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's the one we have circled,
gotcha.
but that's our biggest rival. That game's always hyped, and there's going to be a big crowd, and there's going to be a lot from the student section.
Southside, baby.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I don't know what these guys think. For me, the game I got circled is Piedmont. That's our first district game, and if we're going to make a presence in our district, we got to start off right from the beginning.
Now, what's the first game? Is this coming Friday?
Yep.
Who is it? Who you guys playing?
Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill. What time?
7 o'clock.
Where is it going to be?
Capitol Hill.
Spiegel Stadium. We're the home team.
So what he's really saying, Tay is saying, come see us at Spiegel.
Oh, yeah, be there.
It's going down at Southeast. Now, you guys, what are your aspirations to go on to play football beyond high school? So we'll start with you.
Me, I'd love the opportunity. I'd like take it as a free education.
Sure.
And I continue to do what I love to do.
Absolutely. Tay? Now, what year are you, Tay?
I'm a junior. Class
okay.
2024.
Gotcha.
I really plan to go as far as I can with it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to go.
So, Coach, what are you talking to your team about, your student athletes about, the preparation, right? Because you know that there's a lot more to it than just what you do on the field, right? There's a lot of other boxes you need to check to be eligible, to be a potential recruit of all these places. How and what are you sharing with your student athletes about preparing them for that next level?
Where it's beyond the football field is taking care of grades.
Sure.
Obviously, how you treat people, that's going to be important because that's the life lesson. And then, we talk about the NCAA Eligibility Center and making sure you take the ACT and those things that we want to go to the next level. Everybody talks about next level. What does it take? Well, you got to make the grades. If you don't make the grades, you don't have the ACT score, the next level is not going to happen because no one can recruit you in those areas.
Well, one thing that I've noticed over time with talking to athletes, a lot of athletes, and particularly football players, it's either D1 or bust, right? And I want to just share, let that not be your attitude, right? There are a lot of different levels that you as young men can have an opportunity to go play. I had a young son, had two sons, one went to Air Force Academy, the other went to Emporia State. And I'm like, you get to play on whatever level you get the opportunity to play on, but it's still a great level to play on. And so I think you guys have a lot to play for, to be excited about, because there are a lot of great things that are in your future as you put in that work. Tell me, what is that one thing that is your personal mantra, right? So, I heard what the team says, but you have your own goals. What is that one thing that motivates you?
I would say my mom, my aunt, and my grandma.
Sure.
My aunts, yeah.
Sure.
For me, I'd have to say it's like my family too. My mom, my siblings.
Gotcha. You're doing it for your family, right? Doing it for the next man. Coach, who are your coaching inspirations? Where are you going to find out, kind of some new schemes and, some new ideas? I know football season just started like this past weekend. Listen, I'm going to struggle because that's all I want to do is watch. But I think what's funny is you can watch something on the college level or the professional level and go to a high school and see somebody try to run the play that they just saw. So who is that you're looking at and where you get some of your coaching inspiration from?
Inspirations in terms of how I want to conduct myself. I think, Dabo Sweeney, just
Sure.
because his enthusiasm for the game.
Yep.
But, in terms of scheme and things like that, I've always feel like he's not very popular anymore around here, but Lincoln Riley,
No, he's not very popular, but a good guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah. Well, I live and die. We're talking about run game. I live and die by the counter, and
Sure.
I've been doing that before Lincoln Riley was at OU. Of course, OU had always been running it, but that was a
Sure.
big thing about OU the last 5 or 6 years. Counter GT.
Yeah.
And so we run a lot of that stuff, and we try to hide it and mask it in a lot of different formations and different styles where we do that. And so that's kind of my inspiration there. But I don't know. Adriel said before we came over here, he said when I came in, I reminded him of Brent Venables, and I took that as a compliment because he's a high intensity and he cares about his players and his kids, and I think it's a good model to be after.
Sure.
Just the way he conducts himself.
So tell me, who are you going to watch on YouTube, right? Who are you watching where you get your inspiration, motivation from in terms of playing your positions?
Well, I just started playing O-line, so I don't really watch a lot of one person specifically,
Sure.
more of a team.
Mhm.
But for linebacker, it's always been Fred Warner of the 49ers.
Yeah.
He's the dog. He's just always, the way he reads the play, the way he's explosive, straight to the ball, like a missile. And I try to be like that.
Yeah, if you're going to play D-line too, go look at Reggie White. You'll do yourself some good. Tell me, Tay, who you watching and gain some inspiration from and on both sides of the ball?
I watch I just had his name.
That's all right. Wide receiver?
Nah, he's a DB. He played for the Panthers. He just came.
I got you.
Yeah. I also watched Kenny Logan too.
Gotcha.
Kansas University.
Sure.
J.C. Horn, that's his name.
Gotcha.
I watch a lot of J.C. Horn. Yeah, my favorite football player.
Yeah, so you guys, obviously, with social media and all these other places, you can learn so much. I think you do yourself well to continue to kind of watch, because you can learn some small things from what you see out there. More than anything, those guys really work hard at their craft. And so let me just say this. We're getting ready to take off here in a minute. Coach, and we'll start with the players. Who would you like to say thank you to those people in your life and at Southeast High School that have poured into you? And this is it. This is the last dance, my friend. So tell me who those people are that you just want to say thank you to tonight.
First of all, my mom, and then my siblings for, always pushing me to set a great example for them. Even though they don't know it, like, I do a lot for them. And then also our defensive coordinator, Coach Lopez, who has pushed me to become bigger, stronger, and a better player in person overall.
Gotcha. Jay.
First off, I'm going to start out with this guy, Coach Lane, Coach Graham, the whole coaching staff, also my teammates, the boys, yeah.
Sure.
My mom, my sister, family members.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Coach Lane, tell me who you would like to say thank you to, and then please invite people to come to your game and how they can be a part of the Southeast high school football team.
Well, I'm thankful for my wife. I mean, she's the rock to everything that I do. She does everything, for me and the program. She's taking pictures and posting online for these kids.
She's on staff.
She pretty much she's really like my media coordinator. I mean, she really is, and she does a great job. Yeah, absolutely. She's amazing, and she's all about what we're doing. And she's a teacher as well. She doesn't teach at Southeast, but hopefully, soon she'll be there. But I wouldn't be where I am without her. She's definitely the best person in my life.
Sure. So let me just say this as we get ready to conclude our show tonight. Listen, it is coaches that make an impact in these student athletes' lives, right? Fellowship Christian athletes, you should say that all the time, but it's just a reality. So, Coach, you're not just coaching, you're developing men, and you and your wife, we wish you all the best, and we are looking to root Southeast on. You beat my alma mater. I'm happy for you. I saw a lot of athletes out there on that Southeast football team, so I'm hopeful that there'll be some great things in your future. Thank you for listening tonight to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Our platinum partners are Perry Broadcasting, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Gold Partners, Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. We'll see you in a few Mondays. Have a great night.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Who has the strength? Who has the desire? Which team has the power? It's the SSM Health at St. Anthony High School Game of the Week.